3. What happened? Oh, data mod USB.
You have data mod USB, and USB function is CIV.
All right.
Yep.
Number 4.
Except for, go back up. Mine are not lit up like yours. They're just not lit up. Is that brightness level or?
I don't know. Wait a minute. What am I doing? I mean, it just, if you click on one, I think it changes what you're looking at. But
okay.
Is that what you mean by lit up? You talking about the highlighted one?
No, you see where it says like. Okay, now my data mod is USB. Do I need to change that?
Data mod. Crap. I don't know. Let me see. Did I change that? I didn't try to change it. Let me see if this works real quick. Make sure it still works. Because I didn't pay attention and I didn't try to change it, but maybe
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, like that. I think I changed that.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Okay. Because I didn't think that's what it was, but I didn't want to.
Hey, hello everybody. Greetings and hello. I'm trying to fix this place up.
Yeah,
I had to put a couple of staples on this thing.
All right, good.
Now it should
I
not.
was just trying to click on stuff to light it up.
Okay.
Okay.
Here you go.
Yeah, I broke it, but now I fixed it. Let me make sure it's good.
Let me turn on this light over here. Actually, let me turn on a couple of lights. Hello, Autism Radio. Yeah, you're the first today.
All right, go back to menus.
You've been the first the last few times.
Connectors.
Come on.
And that's 4 out of 4.
I don't know. I think the batteries are down on this thing. Okay. I got the light up there. And
Let me get there again.
let me put this light over here. I wanted to
My
offset
page
a
4
little
is
bit.
different.
Maybe I can change the mode a little bit, maybe.
I do not have the PTT post function.
You don't
Or
have
port function. That's
And hello,
not option
Autism
on my rig.
Radio. I'm just picking up here, so don't mind me. I'm
Well, when you're transmitting,
actually watching a TikTok.
red light.
Let me show you.
I'm getting a red light
On my
and
phone.
the TX light is going on.
Okay, so you just don't have modulation.
It's somebody that's trying to mess with the FT8. I guess he's troubleshooting or he's having trouble.
And you're looking.
So I was on the chat for a few
When
minutes.
you're transmitting, you're looking at spectrum scope, right?
And I'm gonna shut it off now. You know, there's channels like this on TikTok. He's live right now.
Just like this.
Oh, okay. Now I see you.
So his call sign is N. Let me put his. I'm gonna put his TikTok up just to see.
Wait a minute.
Let me go to TikTok.
All right, let's check your.
I have to log into mine here. Let me see.
Oh, dang,
Okay,
I don't know.
I'm already logged into mine. Okay. What's this?
All right, let's do
N3TEL. I think that's his channel. Yeah, so excuse me.
Okay.
So it's this channel. Right now he's on live. I'm not gonna put it here on live, but
so it might be slightly different, but mine is like USB audio codec for
so
input.
let me get out of that. I need to charge my phone. My phone is on. It's almost dead. It's like 13%, so I need to charge it. So let me set up here before I, I was doing a lot of work last night here. I'll show you what I did now. Let me plug this into. Where's my charger? Okay. I'm gonna plug this in the kitchen. Put this phone to charge. I'll put out fast charge for this. So it'll charge pretty quick over here in the kitchen. Yeah, autism. So that's TikTok. Oh, you can't use TikTok? It's all right. You ain't missing much. I just use it because it's another way of I just use it because another. Oh, you did that too. Yeah, I think we all do that sometimes. We all reorganize our radio setup. So anyway, that's his TikTok channel. Let me go back over here. Fix this up over here a little bit. Yeah, you're not missing much on TikTok. It's just another for me, since I have this channel. I like to put some clips on TikTok, and I have a link in my TikTok. I have a link to my links, my social media, and like I always say, when you're running a channel, it's good to have other social media so you can spread the word. I guess spread the word on your channel. I want people to find my channel. Plus, what they call the Google algorithm. Bing. I talked about that. I talked about that a couple of weeks ago. That without Google, if you're not listed on Google, nobody's gonna find you. It's very hard for people to find you. So when you have you have a channel, of course. When you want people to find your channel more, I always say you should have a blog. You should have at least a Facebook page or Instagram page or Twitter, even Twitter. And you can just use it for that. I use my Twitter just for that. I don't use my Twitter. I don't engage with other people on Twitter. I don't do no DMs on Twitter. People send me, when I add people on Twitter, I get people sending me DMs. I just ignore it. I don't even reply back to them. I don't block them either. I just don't, unless it's something really bad. Who's you? Hi, Danny. It's me. Oh, you mean you here? Are you talking about TikTok? That's not you. I'm talking about the TikTok earlier. Anyways, a TikToker guy in there. Yeah. So okay, James Farley, it's me. Oh, it's you here today. Yeah. I know the other day you called me Dad B, Dan B. I'm like, what? What's going on with this account today? So I'm like, what is going on today? So I'm sorry I'm a little late today. I know I'm like 3:15, whatever. Something always comes up. Plus, I slept really good today. I got a lot of sleep today. I got a good 8 hours plus of sleep. Can't complain. Autism Radio, the only shortwave station I can get is 93.35 megahertz. You mean kilohertz. My SAMG ATS 909X2 because my antenna broke a while ago. Wow. Well, yeah, you could just get a replacement eventually. You can just buy a replacement anywhere. Something like this. This is for that one. But you can get a antenna replacement. And like I always say, if you broke it, just try to find something close to what the antenna that you have. You can buy them on eBay. You can buy them on SA's Data website, sells antennas, replacement antennas too. Amazon, wherever you just get a replacement antenna. Since you broke it, most likely you broke it from up here. You can just take out the screw. Let me flip it. You take out that screw. It's as simple as unscrewing this one and put the antenna. As long as it's about the same size, about the same size. If I can look it up in a few minutes, I can look up the replacement. And now if you want to buy the exact replacement for it, then I will just Google that. Antenna replacement for you put that model number. The whole thing broke. The whole thing is a circle one. So then you need to probably go open the radio and put it like this, most likely, something like this. Because this is the part that usually is inside the radio. Usually this part is the one that's inside. For some radios, this is inside. So you might have to get something more specific for that radio. You might have to get the antenna for that antenna. Yeah. So I'm sure they sell replacements somewhere for that. And yeah. Also, you can use an external antenna. Since you have that radio now, I know several people mentioned there that radio is good on the whip on shortwave, but it's better on an external antenna. So if you don't have an external antenna, maybe now is the time to buy one. Uh, you know, mm, uh, like an MLA 30. MLA 30. I don't know what space you got to put it. You can put it near the window or something. Also, um, it happens. Like for example, say the antenna broke. If you still got any part of the antenna sticking, you could clip a wire to it. You could clip a wire to it with an alligator clip. I have some kind of what's it? I have a bundle of wire with alligator clip right here. Doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be elaborate as this. It doesn't have to be elaborate as this, but this helps. Say your antenna is broken, and you have like the nub of it or any part of the antenna you could clip on. Long piece of wire like this. I'm not gonna stretch it out because I use this for when I go out there and something like that. Plus, I used this before, but I don't use it anymore. I just keep it around. Wire with an alligator clip. You just clip it on there, run the wire, long enough, and you could pick up your, it'll improve your antenna. So even if you have a broken antenna, like an example, like say this is the only part that's left on your antenna, right? This is the radio, right? It's trying to hide it. Any little piece that you can grab onto, you clip a wire. Just clip a long wire. And you might have to, on the wall, maybe you might have to put the wire on a thumbtack or something, on a curtain rod. Just wrap it around. Just enough wire that make it long enough that it'll kind of it'll substitute for your antenna, and you should get more signals. So I have. Let me see how many. I don't know which one I have. I have one of my older radios. It's one that I found that was had a broken antenna. But you could just clip a wire. Just clip a wire on there. Or like I said before, use an external. I know the radio has an external antenna jack. Just hook up an external antenna. It doesn't have to be the MLA 30. You can also use something like this. This is just a reel. I have that one over here. Texan reel antenna, and I also have this one. This is another one. It's just a reel of wire, and you have the connector right here for your radio external, and you can just hang this up. So this will substitute your whip antenna until you get a replacement. So that's something like this. This came with the I believe this came with the when I bought this. Let me see, Texan. Oh, came Texan. This came one of my Texan radio. I forgot which one. And then you have that Texan, the reel. So something like this, you just clip it on. Or like I said, you could use this for external, external jack, antenna jack. Or whatever remaining piece of wire that's left, alligator clip a wire. Or if you don't have alligator clip, of course you could just wrap a wire around it, and then that should substitute for your whip antenna for now. You have choices, you can use gotta be a little creative. But yeah, you have choices. You can do so you have three options. You can do the external antenna. You can buy one like an MLA 30, or if you own one. I don't know if you have one already. You're gonna need the adapter though for 3.5 millimeter. You can just get a wire and alligator clip, or have something like this in your. And most people that own several radios, they usually have one of these already You know, I think the SH data came with this one or the other one. I forgot which. When I bought the SH data, I forgot which one. Some of them come with, they'll throw in a bonus. They'll throw in one of these. Or usually the Texan radios. Sometimes the only Texan radio I own is I have a couple of actually, but shortwave wise, PL660 I think came with that one. Sometimes they come with it included. Or if not, you can buy them. They're pretty cheap. Get a real antenna. But a good old fashioned piece of wire with an alligator clip on a piece of whatever piece of antenna you have, just clip it on there. That should do the job. I hear wife yelling at me. Not yelling at, but try to get his attention. All right. I got food in my mouth, man. Yeah, so I was just listening to this TikToker. But anyway, so let me so James Farley. Okay, so so the only station you can listen to is WBC BCQ. Yeah, so I would try one of those things. I would try one of those, and like I said, look for the antenna replacement for that radio. I'm sure they sell it. If I Google it right now, maybe let me see. I said I was gonna do it. Let me just look it up. This crap. I have to clear this stuff out. I was doing some serious. Okay, I'm just gonna take off my watch today. I feel like this watch is really not working for me today. I'm gonna be moving around quite a bit today. I have to pick up here a little bit. So today I'm gonna do live stream, so I'm gonna pick up too. It's a nasty day out there. It's raining today. 52 degrees. It says heavy rain, but it's just gonna be raining all day today. But no thunders, nothing like that. So I'm gonna put the radios in a few minutes. I'm gonna do my 10 meter stuff. So so let me look up his radio. His antenna, excuse me, SAMG, and it's the X2. Man, how did you break the antenna, by the way? You got to be careful with these antennas. Any radio that I have, I'm always careful with the antennas. There's a way to pull it out carefully, slowly. I don't put it always over from here. I get enough of it out. That's another thing I do. I don't just no. Pull it out carefully, then go to the next one, and I go to the next one, and so on. That's what I do. I don't just yank it out. Also, when you have your radio sitting there somewhere, when you're not using it, put it back down. Put it back down. It happens. It happens. I know people that they stumble, they trip over. They have a messy room. They trip over something, and they land on what? The antenna. They break it. Yeah. So you gotta be careful. You gotta treat that thing like, especially as you go to radio, you gotta treat it like it's gold. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Antenna. I just tap over the keyboard, sorry. Over the antenna replacement. I just Google that. Let's see what comes up. There's a video on it too. Let me see. Well, that's the old one. There's a video on the old one. Yeah, there's a video on the old one. How to replace it. How you gotta open it up and replace it. So there's a video on that, but so this is a 909X replacement. 909X. 909X. Let me see these other ones. But I think the 909X is almost the same as the 909X2, I believe. I think. Because I gotta see how I gotta see the damage that you did on there. If it's all the way down to the I say if it's up here, that's the easy part. If it's up here, if it's this part that broke and you still got all of this, then it's just a matter of finding the one that's close to it and changing the screw. If you broke it down all the way at the bottom, then that must have been some major damage. I don't know how you broke that, but I mean it happens. But and that's a whole nother thing. Maybe go to the Sanjian website. Go to the Sanjian website. There's a support link. That's what I would do. I would just go to, if you can't find the replacement anywhere here, all the Sanjian websites, sometimes they just sell them. Like XH Data. I know XH Data sells replacements. They sell replacement parts. They sell like the stand, the kickstand for this radios. They also sell the antenna. That's a good thing about XH Data. Give them credit. Some places, they don't even sell replacement parts. SH Data sells some replacement parts. They do sell the antennas for them and the kickstand, and I think the battery cover even. I think. I'm not sure. And the battery itself, the battery for, the rechargeable batteries for it. Although those are pretty common. They do sell that. I would just go to the Sanjian website. There's going to be a support link. And usually it's going to be a contact link, support link, or it might be a support link with you might have to type in, fill in some stuff, like, explain to them that, you have this radio, you have it for X amount of time, and it was an accident and it broke. You never know. Sometimes they might even send you a replacement radio. Instead of just, especially if it's on the warranty, because they do have, when you bought, I know your radio is fairly new. You have it for about a year, maybe. Sometimes you never know. Sometimes they might honor and say, you know what, we'll send you the replacement, providing that you provide proof of purchase. It depends. I'm not saying that they're going to do that. I'm just saying that you never know. For me, I would try. I'll just try. I had to replace something a couple of years ago I'm in the second floor. I have a bathtub here in the bathroom, but it has an old faucet, set. It has like the handle. These are very old. They don't even make them anymore. So I had to reach out to the company. I just said, listen, I have this old blah, 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 blah. It was Delta. The brand was called Delta. I said, Delta. And I tried to look for the model number. I couldn't find it. I took a picture of it with my phone. Of course, I even sent them the picture. And right away, they identified the part. And they said, oh, this is model. And I went to the contact us. I went to the Delta website. I went to contact us. I just wrote them an email. And I put the pictures in there. And I said, I'm for the life of me trying to find this part that I need to, because I don't want to replace the whole thing. Because that means I had to break down the whole wall and put a new fixture in. I didn't want, it was just dripping on one of them. So I didn't want to do a major off. We had not a plumber, a handy guy came in. He wanted to charge it. He wanted to break down the whole wall. I said, no, I can't do that. Just for a dripping, one of the handles is dripping? No. But that part, the one downstairs, that part is on Amazon. It's like $10. Not even $10. It's like an $8 part. It's a cartridge. You just put in there. It has a gasket in and everything, and that's it. But this one was harder to find. But they even said, no, this is this model number. I Googled it. Amazon has the replacement for that. I bought that part for $8. And I fixed it. $8 part. I fixed it, but I couldn't locate the part. I didn't know what to even look for. So it doesn't hurt to write the manufacturer, write them a letter, write them an email, and explain, where can I find this part? Whatever part for that radio. And, either they have it in stock. Obviously, they're going to have it in stock. They could even mail it to you for free. I had that happen where a manufacturer sent me yeah, you sent me this. I bought this item off of your website, blah blah whatever, and I'm missing one particular part. They'll mail it to you free of charge. Sometimes they free of charge. They always put the 800 number. They said before you return. You see that a lot now when you open a package. When you buy something. Sometimes they'll say before you even try to do a return, please contact this number. Usually that means that that's customer service type thing, and it could be one thing that's missing, and they'll send you the replacement. So my thing is, don't be afraid to write to people. Write to people. You get, people say, no, people get impatient. This thing is broken. This knob is broken. I can bellyache about it, and they'll send me a replacement. I think so, because of broken the knob. But I'm not gonna do that because I didn't pay for this radio. They sent me this radio for a review. So if I would have had paid for it, then I would have sent them the emails, and I would have said, listen, I bought this radio. Plus, they sent me 2 of them. So, but if I would have paid for this radio, I would have sent them an email, and I would say, listen, I had this radio for 3 months, and the knob just is broken inside. Can you take care of this? Can you send me a replacement or something, or a fix for it or something? And 9 times out of 10, I shouldn't say 9 times out of 10. Well, with SH data, I'm gonna say maybe 8 out of 10. From what I know, they'll send you a replacement. So Sanjin, I believe, will do the same. Either you're gonna you try to fix the antenna yourself. If they can't provide you with some kind of replacement to fix it, maybe they'll send you another one. I don't know, but you're gonna have to no matter what, you're gonna have to contact them, because if you say you broke it from the inside, then that's a whole different thing with that antenna then. Because most of them, because I bought, like, for example, I bought a Sony boombox. It had a broken antenna. This was all gone. It was just the last part of it, and this was all mangled up. I still didn't have to open it up and take. I just bought one that's close to it. The screw fit in there, and it's a little skinny and it's a little shorter, but it works. And that's for the Sony boombox. I paid like $6 for that radio. It's a boombox. It's a little boombox, Sony boombox. I bought that from Goodwill up in Niagara Falls. And of course this one with a mangled antenna. It's not mangled, but it's broken there, and it got this one I'm just gonna take out the screw and put this one. I'm just gonna do that. I don't need to open it up for that. I am gonna open this up for the other part, which I'm gonna mention right now, because I did receive the okay, this needs to go over here. I'm gonna put this on. I need to do some house cleaning here today. Hello, Glenn Dansler from South Carolina. I hope you're doing well. So James Farley, this is the part. It's right here. I got it yesterday from AliExpress. It took about 2 weeks to get here from China. So this is the bag. JFK. It says JFK, so I guess it went through JFK. So let me cut it open. So this I'm gonna do in the next soon. Because now I have to I don't solder much. I'm not a good, plus but I do have a desoldering, what do they call that? It's like I have the manual one, the one that's they call it solder sucker. So I have to remove when I open that up, I have to be careful opening that up. I'm gonna make a video on all that. That's why I need to prepare the workspace. I'm gonna open that up. I'm gonna show you how to open that radio up. But hopefully this will fix it. Let me go through the 6 people watching, 4 likes. Thank you for watching. 29 minutes in the books. This is my live stream here. I'm usually on Saturdays now until I'm on Saturdays except for the first of the month Saturday, because official SWL streams on the first of the month, first weekend. Excuse me, first Saturday of the month. So I picked Saturday. Eventually, I don't know what's gonna happen with if he's gonna stay like that for the time being. But I like Saturdays too. But actually, I had fun last Sunday. So I'm really leaning towards Sunday and just enjoy Saturday and make that my day of rest instead of Sunday. I know the weekends I usually get a few more watchers on the weekend than I do on the weekday. So here it is. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So there's a 10-pack. So there's 10 of them. They're inside this phone. Let me put it right there for the shot. So if I take one out, I'll take one out. Be careful. I'll take one out and be careful with that. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to focus in there. Put it like this. Kind of hard with my sausage fingers. Anyway, so this is 4 pins here and 1 on the other side. Oh my God, this focus is horrible. There you go. You see, that's one side. This is the other side. Okay, and that's the number there. So this is called a ceramic filter. The problem with this radio, this Midland WR100, is this radio is very notorious for this thing going bad. This thing goes bad. The symptom for that thing is when you turn on the weather band, you hear nothing but squealing. Like it's like a squealing noise. You don't hear the station. You don't hear the frequency, the lower frequencies. Apparently, this is the issue. These things go bad. So these are the replacements. I have 10 of them. Okay. So now I'm going to try to, of course, take out the old one and put this one. That should fix it. That should be the only issue with that radio. Supposedly, we hope. Yeah. So these radios, of course, they updated it. You know, they came out with a version 2. They came out with they have a couple of versions. And eventually they come out with the WR200, which is the updated model of this one. And then I don't think they never had issues after that. But the earlier models, the first models of this, and they had issues with this. And I bought that one on for Goodwill for $2.99. I didn't know if it was going to work or not, but it looks like it's in pretty good condition. It was pretty clean, except for the broken antenna. And when I powered it up, it was just giving that squealing noise. So hopefully I can fix it. And that should take care of that. So it's just a matter of desoldering the old one, removing it, and then put this one in. And that's it. And that should fix that issue. And I haven't done much of, I don't do much of that, things like that. That's why I don't even have the space here to do it. I need to set up a workbench area where I can do all that stuff. Like when I did the MLA 30 mod, I just did on top of my washing machine. I put a piece of cardboard, or something like that. But I don't have a dedicated workbench yet for that. Yeah. So 5 people watching, 5 likes. Thank you. So let me, I need to pick up here a little bit. It's one of those days today. It is raining. It's just a nasty day out there today. Let me move this chair over here for a minute. So let me show you what I did first. See my belly. I had to do a couple of things. So I still have this and this and this. I put the switch here now. I put this switch. This is for VHF. Because I had to clean up here. See, now I have switches here and down there. I'll show you in a second. So now this is my disc cone, my VHF switch. Okay, so my disc cone is here. My disc cone coming in here. 1, 2, and 3. Those are my three connections to the disc cone. Okay, so that was the first thing I did here. So I had to clean this up here. It was a mess. So I'm trying to clean it up here. I'm trying to make room for another radio. Sorry, I'm shaking around so much. Jesus. Okay, so that's the first thing I did here. Second thing is, well, not yet. This is yet to be determined. And the second thing is I moved the Yaesu down here, hooked it up to that power supply for now. That was the one for the CB. So I hooked it up to that Yaesu for now because this one doesn't require it's like a maximum 6 watts, but I think with this particular power supply, I think it's like 4 watts. But right now, I'm not going to use it for that. I'm just use it for listening until I get a new. And of course, I still got my old setup with the G90. So now I have to kind of tidy it up over here a little bit. And I put the HF switch here. So this switch is for HF. This is my NFET. Okay, so I had to put a 2x4 under there. Let me show you. Let me go out there a little bit. I had to put a 2x4 under there. Let me to get people dizzy. I'm sorry. And that's how I mounted that switch under there. I was trying to get it to put in the front, but I couldn't do it because this is all metal. Sorry. I was trying to put the switch in the front, but I didn't want to put a big piece of wood here in the front. It would have looked kind of ugly. Plus, it's metal here. It would have been a pain. And all I want to do is just want to be able to access the switch and switch it. So that worked out for me down there. So I have the switch under here now. So one is not all the way over there. Let me zoom out. So one is not all the way over there. Somewhere on the floor, the other one. Now I have HF switch here, VHF switch here, and I have room for a third one, which I have. I have a third one over here. I have to figure out what to put. I'll make sure the MFJ 1886 loop with a third switch. I don't know yet. Okay, so now I have this radio down here with this one. So the CB right now does not have any power supply. But I'm going to fix that. I'm going to show you. And I'm going to make a separate video on that before I do that. I'm going to show you. So my CB radio does not have a power supply. It does not have a power supply. I can go buy one. I can buy one, right? I can buy one. Or I can take an old computer power supply and butcher it. And I talked about this during the last stream. I know, but for those that don't see me on during the week, I can butcher it, or I can use something like this. Okay, I can use something like this. So, and I recommend this for temporary. I'm still gonna get a, power supply for radios. I prefer that anyway. But on a pinch, I can use this. Hook this up to a computer power supply, and of course, this has let me show you up close. Let me see if this thing can zoom in there. There you go. See, you got the 12. You got your minus 12, your plus 12, +5 and 3.3 volts. I can tap in there and use this to power my radio. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it up there. Not today because I want to do a video. I want to do a separate video on all this. I want to test it. I want to put the my tester. I need to put batteries on it. I'm going to do a tester on it, and then I'm going to hook it up. So that's what I'm going to do. So this is a good solution for that. I'll put the link in the description. This is the Songhe. That's the name of this brand, Songhe. My Chinese, sorry, my Chinese pronunciation is not the best, but let me put the product link. So the power supply that was with the CB radio, I put it for my Yaesu for now. And then I'm going to use that one for the CB radio. And that's how I take care of that solution for now until I buy a more preferably power supply for my radio. And of course, I'm looking into the for my 7300. So when I get the 7300, so I'm thinking about buying that power supply for that. Put it down here, and I'll shuffle it around. And unless hey, if I run across a sale somewhere where I can buy a good power supply for cheap, on a pinch. But right now, on a pinch, I can use, and I'll demonstrate it in a second. Let me just go to my show you the product link for the Songhe XH299. So this is what I bought. Okay. So you can take like me, especially like me, I'm an old computer guy. I have a whole bunch of these power supplies laying around all over the place. So you can just take any power supply. I have a bunch of 300-watt power supplies. I can just plug it in there. I can tap into this and hook that up to my CB radio. And it's good to have in case I buy another radio later on. You go to a thrift store or whatever, or a flea market where you pick up an old car radio, an old CB radio, an old whatever type radio, and you need a 12-volt connection. Use one of these with your old computer power supply instead of butchering it all up. I'll show you the power supply. I have something like this, of course. An old computer power supply like this. You see, you have your right here. You have this all these, just put them aside. And this is the one that you're gonna use. Just 24. Usually it's 24 pin or 20 pin. I forgot what it said. 24 pin. You connect this to that board, and that board has a switch because this power supply does not have a switch. It does not have a switch. You could connect that to that, and you could use this as a bench power supply. Okay, you can use it as a bench power supply, and then you just plug it in. Of course, I have to make room there somewhere to try this out with the. Where did I put it at? With this board. Okay, this is what you use. You can use this, you hook it up, and because I don't really want to butcher this up just to use. I like to keep these because I actually each I already accounted for each one of these for each computer. So I'm actually taking this one out for one of the other computers. And I need to I like to restore older computers and all that. So I like to keep these. I don't want to butcher these up for that. So I'm going to use this and as a pinch, I use this temporarily until I buy a more. And of course, another thing, I'm not going to do no transmitting on this. You can, but I'm not going to. This is just for 12 volts, just to have radio. For my, I can hook it up to my scanner. Just for listening. I'm not gonna be. I don't want to melt this thing. So, but I will use it as a temporary solution. Okay. And that's what I would do with that temporary solution. And because it's like I said, $7.99 has a switch. Excuse me, has a switch, on off switch right there. And you also have the indicator light. It also has the fuses. Okay, let me focus in there. Focus. This is why I hate when it does this. I'm gonna find out if it's gonna be noisy, but I'm only gonna use it for listening on my CB radio. That's it. I'm not gonna. That's why I say temporary. I have better power supplies too. So yeah, I wondered about that too. If it's gonna be noisy, and and like I said, it's temporary. You know, but yeah, that's a good point, James. Yeah. So hello, Jim's radio check. What's up? Hello to Broke Tim. What do you think of tubes? My first shortwave radio was analog and used tubes. Yeah, tubes are good. I mean, sounds. I have, of course, I have a few of them right here. They have a unique sound to it. They do have sound. They sound a lot warmer, like a warm sound to it. Definitely nice to listen to. So yeah, I love tube radios. As I wish I can just hook that up like that, but right now, the problem with these is that it's not only the tubes, it's the capacitors and all that. Those are gonna have to be replaced eventually. They should have been replaced a long time ago. They still work, but I try not to use them much anymore because all it is one more day before kapoof. So I only use them like if I'm gonna make a video, and that's about it. I don't really, I don't use these every day. Obviously, I can't use these every day anymore until I could fully recap it and so on. Then I could use it more often. But right now, I don't even think about doing that because, like I said, so many things can go wrong with it, and a lot of those parts, some of those parts now are, even the tubes, even tubes are harder to find. You have to find something close to it. Uh, this one I got lucky. On this one, the SX25, I was using it one time a few years ago, and one of the tubes just I could smell it. It just burned out. It burned out. I searched on eBay. I found replacement. I found replacement for it. I think I bought two of them. I think I still have another one of those tubes, and as soon as I put in the tube, it worked fine. It was just, but I got lucky. It could have been something else. It could have been something more, and that would have been it. So they still work. All my tube radios still work. Knock on wood, they still work, except for the helicopters. They work. They power up. These smaller ones down here, they do power up. It's just the hum. It's just the dreaded hum on those. But no, I love tube radios. Yeah. So yeah, James Farley, I'm gonna wonder that too, how noisy it is. But like I said, that's why I originally I was thinking about testing this with the Yaesu, but I said no, I'll do that because anything happens. CB radio is not that expensive. Yaesu is very expensive for me. It's very expensive, so I don't want to take that chance. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna just swap the power supply, and I'm gonna use that one for the CB radio temporarily. I don't listen to CB radio all the time. Of course, I only listen to it lately when I'm on the live stream here and there. So it's not like it's gonna be on. I'm gonna be talking through it and all that. No, it's not gonna be anything like that. And I wouldn't recommend this for that. I would not recommend this for me personally. I'm not saying not to do it. I'm just saying me personally, I would not feel comfortable hooking this up to computer power supply and trying to transmit through it. No, I would not recommend that. I would not do it. It's just me. I wouldn't do it. Because I try to find comments on all this. it's not that many reviews on this. Amazon has some ratings on it, but they're very vague and they're not, some of these Amazon reviews, they're not really like some people post reviews, they just say, yeah, it's working fine. That's it. They don't put, but I think common sense tells me I will not. It may be noisy because you're using a computer power supply. I do have a couple of better computer power supplies, more high-end ones that I can use it with this. But I don't want to waste that computer supply in that because that's a real good. That's for. I even have some for servers. We're talking about 700-watt power supplies. I have power supplies that are 750 watts. Okay, long, beefy power supply. But I would not. I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't do. I wouldn't do that. It's just for, you pick up a CB radio or something in the thrift store or whatever, computer fair or whatever. And you want to plug it in, and I want disconnect in here. I just plug it in there and just power it up. Okay, working. That's it. That's what I would use this for. I wouldn't, for everyday use and all that, just to have a radio and transmit through it like a transceiver. No, I wouldn't do it. No, I would not recommend that. And I make that clear. I would not recommend this for that because there's not a lot of reviews on this yet. And there's other ones that they have, some with bigger ones, more elaborate ones with a USB connector and all that. You can power, USB stuff on there. And you never know. And of course, these connectors, they're not banana plugs. They're just screw it and you put the wire through there. Okay, that is not a banana plug. Okay. But the reason why I bought it, I looked at it and I saw a couple of videos on it. It seems to work okay. And they do have fuses on it. Okay, so that helps. It's not a total piece of junk. Okay, this is, so and based on there's a couple of videos on it, and it's demonstrating it. So it looks, it seems to work fine. But like I said, I'm gonna make a review on there. I'm gonna put it together. I'm gonna test it on that, and then maybe the next live stream, that'll be running off of this setup, the CB radio, and we'll see. I'll leave it on. If it smokes up, it'll be on live next week. It'll be alive. I gotta have a fire extinguisher nearby. Next live stream, I gotta have a fire extinguisher right here next to me, and that thing's smoking up. End of live stream. No, but I'm gonna do some other testing before that. Before I put it here like that, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna run this thing a few times just to be safe. Reviews that I saw in this said it works fine. That's why I'm the guinea pig. I do this first, so you guys don't have to do this. So I'm the guinea pig. And hello, my Radio DX. I hope you're doing well. Jim's Radio Check. A cold and gray Chicago day. Another Shortwave listener was born in the ghetto. Okay. Let me fire up my computer. Actually, let me fire this up here. Let me fire up my computer here. Might as well do some FT8. So that guy that I was showing earlier, he was live streaming. TikTok guy. Let me see if he's still live streaming. Let me see what he was doing FT. Let me see if he's still on live. Oh no, his live stream ended. Okay, so it ended. Never mind, his stream ended. There you go. See, it ended. And that's his call sign right there. That's his TikTok. So his live stream ended. Okay. So he was doing some FT8, and so he has 10K. Okay, so he's doing the live stream from his computer. Okay. So you see, he got some. It's still loading some of these thumbnails. The problem with TikTok also, when you do a live stream, it does not save the video. For example, of course, when I do the live stream, after the live stream is over, that goes into the video library. But on TikTok, that doesn't happen. When you stream on TikTok, that stream is gone forever. Once the stream is over, there's no replay of the stream. That's why I'm reluctant to stream on TikTok, because of that. They don't save the live stream. So why am I gonna live stream and then they're not gonna save the live stream? So I don't like that aspect of it. You know, I thought it was maybe you need X amount of subscribers to get the live stream replays, but that's not the case. It's just in his case, see, I see it right there. You know, his live streams are not just videos. And I don't like that. That's the thing I don't like about TikTok. They don't save the live streams. Yeah, so it's just one of those days. It's just rainy, and it's raining all day today. It's just yuck. And I'm still getting a little water in the basement. It's still all these couple of days we haven't had rain, but the ground is so saturated. I'm still getting a trickle of water coming in the basement. It's going in through the pit, the sump pump pit, and every 2 hours or so, I gotta empty the water with the pump. I just turn on the pump and it empties it out in the street. So I'm still getting water in there. I'm still getting a little trickle. I'm getting water because the whole ground is saturated. So they say today's going to be heavy rain all day, whatever. It's been raining, so I run the pump every couple of hours. Now, if it starts pouring down, then I'm going to have to turn on the pump and leave it on. But that's why I ain't taking this back downstairs. The pass-through is doing fine. I'll show you how it looks like now. It's a whole different. Let me move some stuff over here because I added some stuff. I need to take this chair out the way. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna move this chair out my way because I'm moving furniture out of here too. Because I got a computer over here. Okay. Let me I need to put these lights over. I need to put this over here. I have like this. Ottoman. So let me show you. Let me see. Hey, hello, Sanjay. James Farley, have you ever thought about putting a remote switch with an app on your phone? Remote switch. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what you mean by that. And Jim's radio check. We had a lot of rain last couple of years. So this is supposed to be like this today. We're gonna have rain all day. Blah 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 blah. I'm so tired of rain. So this is the way it looks now. You see the pass through right there. Of course, it's all going to the switches now. I put that. Of course, my wife made this one. I can't see the screen from here, so hopefully I'm pointing at the right. My wife made that sticker, that call sign sticker for me. Of course, I added the Empire State Building, the 3-dimensional stickers. And then I added the good old USA flag there. I got that from Wisconsin. From was it 7-Eleven? I forgot what it was. Sticker. So it looks nice now with the flag. It looks pretty good. Okay. So yeah, so now it looks, and of course it has old that old thermometer and humidity. It tells you here. I guess I don't know what they call that. Hydrometer? What is it called? I don't know how you pronounce it for humidity. So it's measuring, it measures the humidity and the temperature. And of course I put a couple of things there. That was downstairs in my room. I put it there. So yeah, I put the sticker. So it looks a lot. It looks better. The pass through is working fine. I don't. It hasn't got it hasn't got really cold down here. Eventually, I'm gonna cover it with the curtain. So right now, of course, I have the curtain open because I still want to see outside. Of course, I haven't turned on the heat either. We had a couple of nights where it went down into the 50s. I think tonight's gonna go down into the 40s for sure. It's a little chilly today, but I don't want to turn on the heat yet. It's too early. We're still in October. I don't want to put because normally I put on I start putting on the heat here in mid-November. Of course we have a couple of mild winters these last couple of years, but it's getting to that point at night. It is getting chillier now at night. So, but right now the pass through is okay. There's no draft, no bugs. No draft, no bugs, none of that. Holding up well. Okay, yeah, you live in an apartment, gas, yeah. No, we gotta pay 4 hours, and it's very expensive. So I'm holding off on. We're trying to. I mean, I think tonight might be the night I might put it on because I'm looking at my. It says 51 degrees, heavy rain down there, but I noticed that's not accurate. You know. Sometimes, but still, it was chilly It was chilly this morning, so I think tonight I may put it on tonight. I don't know. I may do it tonight because I have a little space heater. It's I have it with a thick extension. I turn it on for like in 1 hour only. I don't leave it on all the time. It's a small one that I have. It's pretty safe. It's not one of those cheap ones. I put it for 70. And I run it for 1 hour. That's it, just to warm up the basement a little bit, and then that's it. I don't leave it on like hours. I don't do that because those things can cause. If you're not careful, especially using those cheap ones, which I don't use here. I have one that's a small one. It has a blower in it too, and it oscillates, and it has a timer in it too. I had to put it on last night for like an hour just to get the basement up because my basement usually around 60. Right now, my basement is about 67, 65, which is comfortable. But at night, I think it was a little bit, but I just will turn on for now. That's it. Here, I'm comfortable. I'm wearing a t-shirt, so I'm comfortable. What I feel more is the humidity. I notice the humidity is more humid now. Because in my case, the trees are right here. I noticed it. What I had to run here is the dehumidifier. I had to run because sometimes humidity goes over 80, and that's not acceptable. Over 80, for example, if I want to mop the floor, it normally dries up, within 20 minutes or so. Sometimes it'll stay wet. The floor stay wet for another, half an hour or something like that. That means you got too much humidity in the air. So you have to be, yeah. So I have one in the basement that I run every so often. And in the first floor, we have another one. So we have old wood floors. Remember, this house is going to be 100 years old next year. So this house is old. This house is old. I have to organize here. I need to find spots for all these things. And that's what I did the last couple of streams. I was picking up stuff, but I don't want to do that today. All right, so let me fire this up. Switch. This is the second one. All right. So feel free to ask any questions or any comments. All right. So I'm turning this on now. So 10 meters ain't dead. I made a couple of new contacts, a couple of new countries the last couple of days. Norway was one. It got confirmed yesterday. Norway. Finally, I got a confirmation from Norway. I'm gonna go to my and Norway, and what was the other one? I think it was the Azores. Oh, I got another alert right now. Let's see. Which one is that one? Today, I had a new state. So now I'm up to 27 states. Yeah, I am, but still, it's not good to have humidity too much in the house. Especially when you have wood. When you have wood, remember Puerto Rico, for example, Puerto Rico, we have cement. When I lived in Puerto Rico, we had concrete cinder block. The house was made out of cinder block. The floor is concrete, but they put marble. It's like marble on the floor. So there's not much wood there. There's no wood. Everything is concrete cement, concrete cement, the house. And then the windows, even the window frame, all that is a metal like blinds. They like, roll, you crank them and they open up. They're like blinds. Not even glass windows, they're metal. So there's no wood. In this house, it's even though it's a brick house, there's wood. There's wood behind the walls. All these walls, even though this is plaster, there's wood behind it. Right below this floor is wood. If I were to check out these tiles, it's wood. All that is water. It's very humid. And then, of course, I'm near, it's just humid. This area gets humid. So it's not the same humidity. You're talking about like tropical humidity, and that's different. But when but I'm talking about here is cool humidity. Not that it bothers me. It's just that it's bad for wood. It's bad for all that because it'll make the wood rot. Also mold. That type of humidity. The humidity, especially when your basement gets flooded with water. The water doesn't, even though the water recedes, the fountain, whatever framework that's in that basement, especially if it's wood 2x4s and all, that stays wet and that brings in mold and all that stuff. That's what you got to be careful with. So, and by the way, you never get used to the humidity in Puerto Rico. As tropical weather over here, like in August, you never get used to the humidity. It's always unbearable. Even in Florida, when I went in the summer in Florida, it's really unbearable anyway. Especially the mosquito part. Yeah, so you really get never used to it. You have to put up with it, but I don't want to say get used to it. Where I get to a point where no, it's not that way. But it's a different type of humidity. It's not like a tropical heat humidity. It's more like a cold, wet, musty type My backyard right now, I got moss on my some of my concrete stuff. I got moss. Next spring, I gotta power wash all that. I have to power wash next spring. I don't want to do it now because it's a waste of time now because I got leaves all over the place. But early next spring, I have to power wash my yard. I have to power wash it. It gets on your patio furniture. It gets on your patio furniture and things like that too. Sometimes it gets on the walls of your house in the backyard. You start seeing like greenish moss, things like that. It just so yeah, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing as tropical, you know. It's not the same thing as summer humidity. It's a different type of humidity. Because even in the summer, the heat during the day dries up all that. It kills all that. The problem is right now in October, it's cool. Even if it's sunny out there, it's cool, but it doesn't fully dry up the ground. So it stays moist. It stays. You could see it. You could feel it when you walk on the ground. It's still not dry, and that's the problem. Yeah. Oh, the sump pump is doing fine. Sump pump is a lifesaver right now. Eventually, I'm gonna get an automatic one, so I don't have to turn it on every so often by myself. I can just leave it on, and it has a valve. If it fills it to a certain amount, it'll just kick in. I need to buy one of those next. So I'm gonna get an ad in about 22 seconds. So let me stretch for a minute. Let me tidy up something over here. I'm trying to let me take all this out. Now the ad comes on. I'll take more stuff downstairs. Okay, so the ad is come and go. Hello, Edward Felix, and good afternoon. Yeah, so the sump pump is fine, but mine is not automatic one. I have mine set up though that I hooked it up with the Alexa. It's an Alexa outlet. It has two outlets, and it's also it's like a Wi-Fi thing with Alexa. So I'm charging my phone right now. So for example, with my phone, I could just go on Alexa. I just turn on that plug, and the pump will turn on. Right now, it stopped raining, so I looked outside. Look, it just looks wet, but I'm gonna run the pump in a few minutes. But it's not an automatic one. Eventually, I need to get an automatic one where if it reaches a certain level, it has like a floating. They call it a ball valve. It's a floating ball, like the way they have in the toilet. If you open up the toilet and inside the tank, the water goes to a certain level, and it's a switch. It'll just turn on the switch. And that's what I need. I need to get one of those. And then eventually after that, battery backup system for the worst case scenario. We have a lot of rain and we lose power. And that'll be the. But right now, honestly, since I had that pump, I avoided a foot of water in the basement because of that pump. Had I not had that pump, I would have had about a foot of water easily. Yeah. Let me see. So James Farley, I'm just James Radio check. The house I grew up in was built in 1876 and it's still standing. Yeah. So you know what I'm talking about when it comes to wood framing, wood. Even though it's brick outside, you have wood, and that imagine 100-year-old wood or more. You could also get termites. In my garage, I do have termites on the. I need to fumigate that. You can see the sawdust on the floor, and they eat away It hasn't that damage, but you have to be careful with that stuff. Hello, Jim Gordon. Hi, Danny. From a rather cold Scotland. I took my DGen DE29 small portable out to the countryside for some DX. Unfortunately, conditions were poor. I did get a weak reception and reached beyond Australia. Yeah. I haven't tried to get that station. I need to see if I can try to get that station. I know that, since Radio Australia went off the air a few years ago. Sometimes over here, like for example, I get Radio New Zealand, but it depends on. I don't get it like. I should have said because I don't really try to get that because I listen to it once. I listen to it once in a while, but I just don't get as strong as other people get it. Even with my, I don't know. I haven't tried with my infrared to be. I know with the loops, it comes and goes. It's not that. I think with the MFJ, I got better luck with it. But that other station, I need to look into. See if I can. Okay. Okay, signal. I was gonna get a contact there. Yeah. So 1 hour and 16 minutes and 10 people watching, 9 likes, thank you. Yeah, so that's why when they say your shack is never finished, that's true. But I'm almost there. I just need one more power supply, which I'm gonna do with that temporary thing. I'm gonna try that. And I'm done here. I'm done fixing this up. That's it. Then I need to clean up the rest of this room. And that's it. This is one thing about moving all this stuff is exhausting. And then I need to work on this spot here. Let me put this over here. And then there's the retro gaming setup, which I started bringing up here. That's the next thing I need to fix up here. Retro gaming setup. My Amiga computer there and the Commodore computer there. And that's the next thing I need to fix up here. That's the next thing. And then I'm pretty much done with all this over here. Moving all this stuff up here is even when I moved it up here, I didn't have the switches where I wanted to. So finally I got to the point where I got one switch here. And I got the other switch up there underneath the this was a 2x4. This was the 2x, I don't know, I forgot what it's called. I had to anchor it because I had a mess. And I had to make this shelf work for that. So you gotta get creative. you gotta get creative here. And add a 2x4. There's wood here, just anchored it in there. Because remember the way I had in the basement, I had a shelving, I had thick shelving, and I just put them all here. But I couldn't do that. So that's why sometimes you got to make with what you have. You got to make with what you have and just use what you have. And, it works for me. Now it's worked for me. Breaking my head trying to, get this switches up there and all that. Jim Gordon, every week seems to be the closure of another AM station here in the UK. Is it the same? No, it's not here. We haven't had that. We haven't had station closures. The biggest thing over here was the whole auto thing. The whole they wanted to get rid of AM radio off of all automobiles. First it was the electric, electric cars. Okay, we get it. It was the electric cars. But then when Ford and I believe also GM, it was a couple of car makers, but I know here in the US it was Ford. That was the big one. Ford wanted to eliminate AM radios off of all automobiles, not only electric but all. So then there was a petition, and right now They signed the bill basically that says that it was, at least for the foreseeable foreseeable future, that they need to keep it for emergency purposes. So have that when I went through, and the automakers would have started not including AM radio, then that would have hurt AM radio here, because that's a lot of radio listeners that when I be listening to AM, and that would have cut in more into uh you know making money, profit. But a lot of the AM stations here, I don't know about Europe, but I know a lot of AM stations here in United States, they have FM simulcast. A lot of them. So FM kind of they kind of like piggybacking off. They kind of like piggybacking off of FM. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago. I think it was a AM HD. And I noticed over here we had before we had, I think we had like 4 AM HD stations. Now we only have one, because the other 3 now they have a FM simulcast. So like for example, is it 1010 wins? I believe 1010 wins. So over here 1010 wins. WINS is a news station, 24/7 news. Now they have 92.3 on FM also. So now they have their own station on FM. The other ones, they simulcast on FM. So on AM, no station has shut down yet. But I notice a lot of them have FM counterpart. FM, like WABC has 90. I forgot what it is. It's out of Long Island. So they all have some kind of FM. I don't know how it is in Europe. I don't know if that's the case with the AM stations in Europe, if they have an FM counterpart. I'm assuming they don't. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. But over here, the big deal was the AM, the car radios. Have that would have went through. That we would have lost. That would have been like we would have lost a lot more people listening to AM, and that would have cut into the market share. And then you would have probably start seeing some closures. And also remember, another thing is we have a bigger population. We over 350 million people here in the United States. The UK is a lot smaller than the United States. So we have a bigger just area, country. In the UK, you could probably get by with FM. AM maybe not so much, because it's a smaller country. It's just a smaller country. In the United States, there's a lot of areas here that are still underserved. There's a lot of areas in the United States. I don't know. I want to say a lot, but there's some areas in the United States that AM is probably the only way you can listen to. Especially out there in the Midwest or upper Midwest, like maybe Wyoming and Montana. There's a lot of open space. Usually AM is usually the only well, I don't say the only, but you know what I mean. It's just a bigger area here. So it makes sense to keep it here. So we're not gonna suffer by the same, not right away, but I know that the car radio thing was a big thing. That was a huge thing. I'm gonna add this call sign here. Let me add this call sign. I'm sorry. I'm being distracted right now. So I think that was a big thing. I think no car makers would have started including AM, and that would have cut into the listenership. Is that even a word, listenership? You know what I mean, listeners. Because we talk, I think the majority of AM listeners are also car radios. People get driving to work, or you get stuck in traffic or whatever, and you just leave it on AM. And I think that's a big. I think if they were to lose that part of it, That's a big deal. That would have really affected. But then I don't think there's that many AM stations that are actually making a lot of money. There's very few that are, you know, maybe like the bigger ones. You know, and there's a whole pros and cons about that. I know some people are gonna say, "Oh, they don't want to hear the." It goes back to the whole other thing with the other bands. You know. Let me confirm this guy. Okay, sorry about that. I was sidetracked here for a second. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Too broke, Tim. Exactly. In the U.S., AM stations are establishing a presence on the FM. Exactly. Yeah. So that's what's happening. A lot of AM stations, especially the bigger ones, they do have a. You know, there's no more age. You know, like I remember I think it was WCBS 880. They had an HD version on AM, but finally they have now they have an FM simulcast. So if you want to listen to WCBS in higher definition or just stereo, they have an FM station. You could just for that. It's one of the sub channels on one of the FM stations. You know, so that's what they're. You know, that's what. So over here we don't have that issue so far. I think the car radio was a big thing. That was the biggest thing. That was the biggest threat right now because that would have really because I think most of them are not operating on a their profit margin got to be very thin. So yeah, I love talk radio too. I'm an old it's not an old fart thing. I just love to talk radio. It was that, but I am an old fart. Maybe not as old as some, but I am. I I'm not far away from 60, so I'm there too. Yeah, Jim's Radio Check is the same thing here in Chicago with WBBM. They had an AM FM station, both broadcast the same thing exactly. They simulcast. Okay, so I just got another contact. Go back over here. Yeah, so 10 meters is not dead, people. People say 10 meters is, ugh. No, 10 meters is actually, this is the time of the year that 10 meters actually, but we're done with the summertime. And in the summertime, 10 meters usually, right? But now in the fall, until the weather gets, right now, 10 meters is good. So this is a time to listen to, you know, usually you don't hear the CB band over the summer, not that much. Now you can listen to that. WWV 25 megahertz. Now you can probably hear it now. This is the time of the year you can hear that. 10 meters now. Now though is the right weather for that. So I've had a couple of new country and a new state. So I'm getting there slowly but surely. I'm getting there. All on 10 meters. I'm trying to get all 50 states on 10 meters before I even get the general. So right now I'm at 27. 27 states. Put his info. Oh, so I worked them before. Okay. So I worked them before. Okay, 2 times. Okay. Yep. Thank you for that contact, sir. Thank you for that. So the reason why I said this, I took it. I'm eventually going to switch to Yaesu to do the FTA, and I'm going to start doing voice on the G90. That's another reason why I want to set this up. because I'm gonna switch this one to do the digital, and then I'll start doing voice on this one. I hate switching back and forth with it. I want to have one just dedicated to that, and one I can do single sideband, you know. So I think that's the route I'm going to. I'm going to use the Yaesu for that. Plus the Yaesu, I can also use it for 6 meters and also 2 meters. The Yaesu. So I can do that too. So finally, I'm setting it up the way I want to set it up. Of course, that's going to change once I get the general and the 7300. And then I'm going to have to revamp all this again. But that's the way it's going to be for the time being. Yeah. All right. So let me go here. Sorry about that. Let me read some of the. Okay. Jim Gordon, during midwinter, I have heard wind 1010 here in Scotland. Some old guys like me remember when there was a top 40 station with famous DJs like Murray the K who promoted to. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that's a long time ago. And I was like, wow, 1010 wins. Because I grew up on 1010 wins. That's a long time ago. Wow. Wow. James Foley, 28, 192 from Canada Radio Museum. Let me check it on the I should connect it. Anyway, let me check it on the Grundy. Let me see. Because that's another one I need to look up this one because right now I have 1, 2. Which one's HF radios? Excuse me. No. Yeah, this is NFED and my 2 transfer. Okay, so this one doesn't have one now. What is it? 28. 28, 192.
Foreseeable future, are you?
Oh, this guy. I had to turn on the MLA 30, sorry. I can barely hear it. Now if I'm gonna raise the table. All rise. All rise. Yes, I could barely hear it, James. I could barely hear the beacon. So that's Canada Radio Museum beacon. Okay. Yeah. But we're an hour and a half in already, so I decided, you know what, let me stand up. Yeah. Landy, I am an over and talk radio is cool. I hope they keep AM around. Yeah, I hope so. But, you know, I'm hoping at least in my lifetime. You know, after I'm gone, I don't know. At least in my lifetime, I would like to see it stay. I could barely hear it. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna hook up the Yaesu back. I'm gonna disconnect this one because I'm gonna disconnect my Kenwood because right now that one doesn't have no single sideband. That one not working. I'm gonna look at my AC if I can hear it there. Give me a minute or two for that. Hello, Tom. Hope you're doing well. Jim Gordon here in the UK. They're dropping AM for DAB and FM. Yeah, I know. That's another thing they're dropping for. These don't always provide. These don't always provide reception for those rural areas. Unlike AM transmission, which has a good wave and is all about safe. Yeah, that too. You know, it is economic. A lot of it is that too economic, and that's what's gonna happen here. If that whole thing with the car radio would have went through, it would have been bad. It would have been really bad for these stations now. Then we would have seen stations dropping like, really going out of business. So I just hope in my lifetime I don't see that. That would be a shame. Yeah, Two Broke Tim. Remember the AM stereo fiasco? Yeah, yeah, they try all these things with it. That didn't work out well either. And of course, the AM HD was not really HD. It was more. Okay, let me wait a couple of seconds for the ad. I'm getting an ad in about now. The ad is coming on. Let me wait a couple of seconds. All right. Yeah. Okay. So there you go. Yeah, I heard about that. I missed it. I heard about that because I tuned in after 1:00, and I heard Curtis, and he was talking about it. So it happened like around midnight, between midnight and 1 or something like that. I think between midnight and 1 or something. I forgot. The WABC went off the air. Now, of course, he was saying that it was some kind of sabotage. Somebody did it on purpose. But I heard about that because I was up. I was up late. I was up till like 4 in the morning. I was up till about 4 in the morning. So I was listening to something else, and I went back to WABC around 1:00, around 1:20 or something. I forgot the time. And he was talking about it. He was talking about it on his show that something about he was mentioning all these. Instead of calling them capacitor, he was called capacitors. I forgot. He's talking. He's funny. But he was mentioning. I'm like, did they go off the air? Did they go down for a bit? Because I was listening to last night from 11:00. I was listening to Rita, and then I went to do something else, and I had another station on for a couple hours. I came back at 1:20, and that's when he came on, and he was saying that something had happened. I was like, oh, wow, I didn't know that. I would have tried to DX something else. So it did happen. Okay, I thought he was just, joking or something. Yeah. So Two Broke Tim, remember because that's the other thing that we had here. We had the AM, not only AM stereo, the AM HD, but it's not really HD. It was just CD, what they call CD audio quality. So it was not HD. People say it's AM HD. It's not really HD. It was more like AM. It was digital AM because it had the text, streaming, the RDS. That's what it had, and it sounded a little better. It sounded like regular FM. Barely sounded like regular FM. But that didn't last long because when I looked it up the other day, I saw that they're all gone now. There's only one. I mean, hey, TV Radio 972 here. You could tell me how many AM stations are on HD now. I only found one. I found one because I know the other ones they no longer. They stopped. Now they just do FM simulcast. Because I haven't. Last time I went through, I scanned through them was a couple of years ago. I did it with my I have a Sangean tuner HD. I did it with that. That's the only radio I have that can do AM digital. And that's the only one. So there's only one. I thought I found another one. I thought it was 1560. There's another one. So that's two. Because I remember that one. WFAS, White Plains. I thought there was another one on 1560. And I think that's it. I know the other ones, what they had a few years ago, it was a couple of years ago, no longer. Like CBS, I think is no longer. I know it was no longer. Things like that. So let me go back up here. Yeah, so it's all about saving money. Hello, Michael, TV Radio Net 72. I hope you're doing well. Tom, of course, Hammer 88. He has an awesome channel. Check out his channel. I'm sure everybody knows Tom's radio show. Edward Felix 1010 wins WFAN 660, WCBS 880, WABC 770, 1130. All these stations are 50,000 watts. And WMCA 570, that's another one that's 50,000. WOR is also 50,000. That's another one we have here in New York. We have a bunch of them. WOR. Let me see. You got WFAN, WOR, and of course WMCA. Yeah, we have quite a few of them. Jim Gordon, I am the oldest father of all. I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't want to do an age check. Age check, everybody. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. You don't have to do that. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Yeah, just radio check. Same here. One thing I got to say about AM radio is been there all my life. Same here, exactly. My brother got me. The one that got me into radio first was my oldest brother. He had actually it was my oldest brother. May he rest in peace now. He had a multi-band radio, something like this one. Back in 1970, I'm gonna say 1974. It had police band, and I used to always tell him, "What's that?" And the brand was. I don't know if you remember the brand. Some Sound Design. You ever heard of that brand, Sound Design? And he had one in his room with a cassette player. No, he didn't want me to touch it. I said, "Can I listen to the?" Because I would see the airplane. Because that one had like the little icon, like the little airplane, the airband. The FM, it had the musical note. It was a Sound Design. I'm trying to look for that model, but I can't find that. I forgot the model or something similar to that for nostalgic purposes. But anyway, so that one, he said, "Can I listen to the air?" He said, "Nope, you're not allowed to touch my radio." So I never got to listen to it. Not, no, little baby brother. No, you're not touching that radio. That was that. And then a couple of years after that, my brother Alex had a boombox, had a JVC boombox. JVC boombox with of course, cassette player, big old speakers. That was the era of the beginning of the boombox era. And it had a shortwave, a SW. Of course, it had MW, which I was like, what's MW? Oh, AM, medium. They call it medium wave. MW. It didn't have long wave. There was no long wave. It had FM, medium wave, and it had like 3 bands of SW. So I was asking, what is SW? And he would try to tune it and a couple of things. And then I said, can I listen to it? One day I said, can I listen to it? I put on shortwave, I listened to it, and that's when I first heard the BBC. And I was like, wow, okay, so this is international. Oh, these are international broadcasts. And that's when I fell in love with radio. I fell in love with radio. I wanted a radio like that for my Christmas. Of course, my mother couldn't afford that. So she bought me a transistor radio, a little AM transistor radio. And I used to always go to bed with it. I used to always go to bed with that radio. It was something like one of these type little transistor radios. Not exactly like this one. It was a green one. It was green. It was something like this one. I got to do my little thumbnail shot. Here we go. Thumbnail shot. Yeah, something like this. AM and with 9-volt battery. And then we lived in Puerto Rico at the time, and I didn't want to listen to Spanish stations. My Spanish wasn't that good back then. I did not want to listen to Spanish-speaking stations and all that. I didn't want to hear it. And at night, I would pick up, Florida, it was DX. And I got hooked. I got hooked on. That's how I got hooked. Meeting with DX, I got hooked on listening to radio. At night especially. Because, I was in school during the day and all that. So at night, I would stay up late and listen until I fall asleep with the radio there. And to this day, I always lay down and put a little radio next to me. To this day, I still listen to that. And that sounds weird. That sounds weird, but that's what I just, like my wife, first, she would stay with me over there. I would always have the radio, and she would be like, "What you doing?" I said, "I'm used to it." And then it didn't bother her. It didn't bother her, so, and I would put it low enough for me to listen to it. I never had a pillow speaker. I never had one of those pillow speakers. I just put it right near me and I listened to it, and that's it. And a lot of it was talk radio. A lot of it. Actually, yeah, a lot of it. Most of it is talk radio. It got me through some times, So hello, Radio ID scans and others. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, James Farley, I had to look into that more. But he was talking about it last night. Let me see where I'm at now. All right. Yeah, so I've been there all my life too, Jim. Edward Felix, I have that radio in my shack. The Grundig Satellite 800 is a very good radio. It is. Although this one I bought off of somebody. I think I'm going to spray that deoxin in the contact cleaner. Because I'm getting that. I can hear it more now. Oh, wait a minute. Let me do the bandwidth. There you go. I had to narrow the bandwidth. You can hear it now. It's not that strong though. It's like it fluctuates like S3. You like S3? Where is some noise too? So now, yeah, I had to narrow the bandwidth. So it's 28,192 upper sideband. There's a beacon. He said it's from the Canadian. What is it? Radio Museum. Yeah, Canada Radio Museum beacon. I don't know if anybody can hear that, but yeah, I can hear it now. And I had to narrow the bandwidth. That's what I didn't do before. Because I forgot that this one you can, unlike the 750, you only can do narrow and wide. This one you can do 6, 4, and then 2.3. You can narrow the bandwidth. I'm gonna try this one. Which one? Let me try the Yaesu. Because unfortunately, my Kenwood R2000, the single sideband is not working at all. So let me see which one is that one. The ASO. The switch to my. Which I'm gonna disconnect. No, just for today. I'm gonna disconnect this one. Actually, I'm gonna disconnect the. So no Kenwood for today because I can't do single sideband with you anyway. So I'm gonna try the Yaesu. I can get it in there. This is much better than digging the whole switch back there. It's right here now, so I can just. There you go. So when I have to stop the this one, I'm gonna switch it to the middle. Let's see, listen. Let's see what's. Yeah. Yeah, much better on the Yaesu. Yeah, much better on the Yaesu. But barely. I had to put on this one. I had to put lower sideband CW. It's like S1. I can hear it. Compared to let me see something. No. Definitely this one. Because that one doesn't even have CW mode. It's just upper sideband, lower sideband. This one has upper sideband, but lower sideband also has. I'll show you. That's why it's not, sometimes it's one radio. See, it got the. If you look at the controls, it's lower sideband CW. Let me try to switch. Let me sure I can. Yeah. It's just very weak. Yeah. Okay. Let me lower this. Let me read some comments. T rating 1972. I like AM, but the problem is it's prone to RFI batteries for cell phone, faulty street lights, other things. Yeah, of course, that's everywhere. Yeah, that's the problem with the band. Is that's the biggest enemy is electronics. modern day stuff. And of course, right now only WFAS 1230 White Plains, New York is HD and all digital. Too broke, Tim. I use the MLA 30 Plus. I have high power lines nearby. I guess they interfere with my reception. Yeah. Over here too, I had that issue for a while, but since they changed all the well, not most of them or some of them recently, I haven't had that dreaded, annoying hum all the time. I do hear it once in a while, but it's not as bad as it was a year ago. And a couple of times I had to just move the radio a little bit and it would go away. Especially my portables in the basement. I would just move it but I can still hear sometimes it'll hum sometimes. Not all the time, sometimes. Sometimes it'll be more in the daytime. I'll get the hum. But yeah. Edward Felix, I like more AM band for DX. I agree. And radio ID scans and other. Hello. T Radio 1972. I used to get a flashing HD from the old 15. Yeah, that was wasn't that Disney? Radio Disney at one time? Yes, when it was WQEW Radio Disney, but I was never able to lock in on it. Okay. Oh, WMC is 5,000. I thought it was. Oh, I could have sworn it was. Wow, I didn't know it was only 5,000. Oh, okay. Wow. I thought it was 50,000 watts. Also, you know what? I was thinking about 970. But I don't think 970 is 50,000 watts. Is this 50,000 970? The answer? Yeah, Edward Field, I remember those transistors already from the 70s. Yeah, Art Bell. Yeah, that's what I used to listen to a lot when I was Art Bell. Jim's Radio Check. There is 11 HD FM channels in the Chicago area. Yeah. Oh yes, yeah. I think it's part of Field. Oh yeah, so, yeah. I see. That's yeah. I forgot about the Waddle WADO. That's 50,000 watts, and of course 970. The answer WNYM. But they lower the power at night. Okay. Oh, so they're not. It's not 24. Okay, I see. I see. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So they lower their power at night. Oh, okay. Good to know. See, good to know. I didn't. You know, I could have looked that up, but good to know that. So WMCA is only 5,000. Okay. Because I remember people saying that they could hear that in Florida. All the way down to Florida, they can listen to WMCA. So there's got to be, isn't this like recent then, the last few years, a couple of years, that they probably, a long time ago, WMCA used to be big, no? WGN is 50,000 watts. And you can hear it. And that's what the end fed. I need to put the MFJ up here. I have a couple of boxes, so I could put the second box up here. And I can switch with the MFJ. I want to use the MFJ right now. I don't want to. I want to put the MFJ back on the transceiver. So I guess my work is not done yet here. Oh, okay. And 1 hour, and it's gonna be 2 hours now. 1 hour and 59 minutes in the books. 14 people watching, 13 likes. Thank you for watching. TV Radio 1972. I got a traveler's information station on 5:50 a.m. earlier today. WQTS 628 from Rahway, New Jersey. Only 10 watts. It is almost 20 miles away from me. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. 5:50. I get what's 5:50? I get Buffalo. Okay. The ad just came on. I just got an ad. Yeah, you usually get Buffalo, right? W. Is it W? What is it? Buffalo. What I get on 5:50? Let me see. I put it on. I wish Radio Locator would take off their limit. I like Radio Locator, but I wish they would take off their limit on searches. $5.50. Yeah, WGR. And that's what I normally pick up. WGR from Buffalo, New York. Especially now they're putting all these big ads. Oh, you got that at noon during the day. Okay. I gotta try that then. I should try it now. 5:20 p.m. here. Oh, WGR is 5,000 watts. Okay. I thought there's another one. I thought it was so that's 5,000. So WGR is 5,000 watts. Directional. Okay. Sports Radio 550. Let me try this one. Let me try this one with the MLA 30. Okay, come on. This 5 button is very sensitive on my thing. I press it once and it does it twice. So there's something going on with that button on my Grundig 800. Always seems to do that. There you go. Yeah, so nothing now. Let me try. $5.40. Still early though. Yeah, $5.50. I don't get that here. That. The one I used to get is $5.30. I used to get the traveler's information $5.30, but I don't get that anymore. Yeah, I don't get that anymore. I haven't got that for a long time. I don't even know if they're still using that anymore. The traveler's information on $5.30, right here from I forget what location. Is it Ramapo? Right here, up here. 10 watts, same thing, 10 watts. All of them are 10 watts. Then on 1710, I will get WQFG, but I haven't heard that in a while. Because I'm getting a lot of, wow. Yeah, right now I'm getting that noise now for some reason. Yeah, it's still daylight out here. Let me see. So it's around. So you get TIS around noon at night. At night you get WGR. Okay. And then WWKB 1520 is a 50. Yeah, that's the one I got confused with. Yeah, that's right. The other one, the 1520 is the one that I get all the time. That's 50,000 watts. That's ESPN, I believe. It's an ESPN station. Let me close these windows here. I have a couple of windows open here. All right. G-Rated 1972. WQFG 689 on 1710 is very weak right now. Maybe it finally went back to 10 watts. Maybe. Because I know like you said, you mentioned it was 100 watts. So, of course, they used to have COVID information, which is now, it's like nobody cares about it anymore. You just had a lot of COVID information. Not a lot. I just kept looping the same old. So, yeah. So they probably say, okay, that's enough for that. $25 megahertz. All right, that's 25 megahertz. So it's coming in good. WWV, 25 megahertz. Let's see. Let's see. Voice of Korea, 15245. I can hear it better today. Yep. I can hear it. Voice of Korea. Radio 972. I got 2 North Korea stations this week. Voice of Korea on 11,710 and KCBS Pyongyang 11,680. No dice on that one. And no dice on that KCBS. And 710. Yeah, I can hear it. But right now it's CNR 1. 710. I'm barely, you know. We went another hour, maybe. TV 1972. 11,680 was very weak yesterday. Yeah, I know it's only 50,000 watts. And I got that I saw the video. I got about 30 minutes of it before sunset. And Jim's radio check. I like this time of the year because Zoomer radio starts coming in around 8. Yeah. For me, let's see. Let me know this volume. I think it's already coming in. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I gotta wait till. I don't know if it's Overcome Ministry. Okay, I think that sounds like Overcome Ministry. Not yet. 740, not yet. Still got the yeah, I think that's not it. Still coming in. Still coming in from Long Island. Probably another hour or so. And I was at 5:33 here in Yonkers, New York. So yeah. Yeah, exactly. Jim's radio check. Zoomer radio is a good example on how AM radio used to be. Yeah, with the music. I know. Yeah, I like Zoomer radio. I love Zoomer radio. I listen to it I haven't been listening to it lately, but I listen to it. I like to listen to it late at night. Sometimes I'll stream it too. Excuse me. Oh my god. TV rating 1972. I think CJBC 860. I already coming in. Yeah, that's definitely overcoming this. Not yet here. Let me try 900. Yeah, not yet. 900 too, same thing. CHML, same thing. Not yet. Yeah, not yet. CHML also usually booms in. Those are the big ones. Zoomer Radio, 740. He's talking about Canadian station, 740 Zoomer Radio, 860, 900 CHML is another one that comes in. CJBC usually in French, right? Yeah, French. So that one I listen to, but like, AM 800. I think 800 also, right? No, CKLW. I get that one too. AM 800. I get a few Canadian stations here. I get let me go in order. Let me see. Zoomer is 860. I mean 800. 860. Sometimes I get 600. That's coming from, but I don't get it all the time. That's I think CFCH. That's a country station. That one I get. I haven't tried recently. And when it gets, the weather gets a little cool, when it gets really cooler, I get that one. That's the country one. Country station is out of North Bay, Ontario. I get that one too. Let me see, what is it? CFCH. See, is it CFCH? 600. Is it that one? Yeah, country 600. Sometime I'll get that one at 600. If I don't get that one, I got Cuba. If I don't get CFCH out of North Bay, Ontario, I usually get Cuba. One or the other. I haven't gotten nothing else on 600. In recent, and that is what is the power on 600? Let me check on that one. AM 600, country 600. You go check the country music. North Bay, Ontario. Let me see. He's not even listed on Radio Locator. Actually, they changed the call sign. It's CKAT. Yeah, it's this one, CKAT. So they changed the call sign. It's not CFCH. So at night it's 5,000 watts. Yeah, I heard of that one. 800 is Spanish too. That one's come from Connecticut. That's another station I heard in 800. If I don't pick up the Canadian one, then it's that one. That's the I'll look it up right now. I'll tell you what I have to. You have to look. I'll look it up right now. I remember that one because I heard the call sign and everything. It's coming out of Connecticut. So CKAT. I guess they changed the call sign because it was CFCH. Country 600. So and the daytime is 10,000 watts, and that is 5,000. So that's the website, Country 600. Okay, so the one you're talking about, I'm gonna go back. 800. I believe it's in Connecticut. I have to scroll down. I think it's Connecticut. Is it Connecticut? Why do I have this WLA? No, it's not Danbury. That's interesting. Lawrence. Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, yeah, it is that one. You're not Connecticut, my bad. Yeah, T Radio 972, you're right. It's this one. Yeah, it's tropical. So it's that one. Yeah, because I heard it at night. Look, it's 244 watts. It was this one. They were playing salsa. I heard Spanish. I thought it was Cuba. I thought it was Cuba. Because they were playing salsa music and all that. So I thought it was Cuba. And then oh my god, the microwave sounds wow. Yeah, so it is this one. Yeah, I remember that. Lawrence, Massachusetts. I remember because I remember the town now. So power 800. So this is it right here. Yeah. So because I was hearing salsa. I was listening to merengue, which is Dominican. I was listening to Puerto Rican music and Dominican. I was like, this could be Cuba. Because they, Cubans say they play a lot of salsa music too. They play a lot of, So I thought it was Cuba. And I kept looking at, and I only one I could come up was this one. But that's not bad. 244. That's not bad. That's pretty. That's still a good catch. But I thought it was Cuba. I thought it was like one of the Cuban stations. So it is that one. It's the Lawrence. Yeah. So it's WN and W Lawrence, Massachusetts, which is nearby. Yeah. And then let me see. CHML. Now you can hear it. So that's 900 CHML now. Now I'm starting to pick it up. Well, that's a medium wave. Okay, playing Beethoven now. No. Now I'm hearing different things. Okay, so CHML 900. It's much better on the end fed. The Yasu and the end fed. Beating out the MLA 30 with this one. Let me try that. You said 800, right? Let's see what's on 800. Yeah, I'm gonna get an ad in about 30 seconds. So let me tune while the ad.
And you have no understanding at all of what God says.
Okay, Overcoming Ministry is still on 740. I don't want to get copyright, so I'm trying to get. That's 600. Wow, 600. That cannot be It's noisier on the end fed. You hear that noise? On the loop, it's not that noisy. On TV Radio 97.2, can you pick that? Can you pick up 600? I'm getting something at 600, but I'm waiting for the call sign or whatever. I don't know if this is Canadian. No, it's not from Canada. Okay, this is closer. Okay, that's classic rock and all that. I'm gonna look it up. I'm trying to remember what the other 600. 600. And I think I know what it is, but I want to verify. It's been a long time since I heard this one. It's definitely not a Canadian one. Let me see. Classic. It cannot be the West Virginia. Wow, that's nah. That cannot be that. I have a feeling is I saw it right here. WFRM Nostalgia. Let me see. No, but it says News and Information System. Okay, let me see if they have a streaming. Right now they're playing this song. I can verify with the song right now. You don't have a listen live? There's no listen live on this? Okay, it says today's classic hits, and okay, so it gotta be that. Out of Pennsylvania. So there's a new one for me then. Yeah, that's a new one for me then. Because I'm gonna get hit with a copyright. I'm gonna get hit with a copyright on that. Watch. So that is, let me put it real low. Noise on this one. How curious is it that it is? Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I definitely want to get copyright for that one. You can ring my bell. They don't have a live, listen live on the station, the website. Oh my God. I can just verify if I can listen to, you usually go to the live. Usually you go to the live some station and they stream it and you can verify. I can't verify it right now. I think it's this one. I think it is. But wow, daytime power is 1,000 watts. Nighttime is 46. Because I don't hear that one. So that's just coming in right now for a little bit. But there is no streaming link. You see, it's right here. And there's no link where you can stream. So people say there's no music on AM. Yeah, that's oldies. So they play oldies there. Because right now they're playing disco. But I can't verify it, so. Okay, so we're moving on. Okay, you can ring my bell. There you go. My bell. Ling-a-ling-a-ling. Oh my God, that song is in my head now. Let me try this one. My bell. Yeah, right now soon.
Przed tobą jeszcze w tym sezonie długodystansowych mistrzostwach świata. Mamy ostatni wyścig sezonu, ośmiogodzinny wyścig na Kanie na początku listopada.
So you getting something at 600, Michael? I'm curious to see what he's getting. Hey, you can ring my bell. Okay, still playing on 600. Anyway, that's 620 WSNR. That's right now they're playing some international stuff. 2 hours and 32 minutes in the books. 13 people watching. 13 likes. Thank you for watching. Is one of the. Oh, let me go get my phone. Now it's fully charged. Let me go. I gotta run the pump. I'll be right back. Let me get my phone. There you go. My charger right here. This door like doesn't. I'm gonna have to put a hook on that door. $800, which is CK. Oh, 800. Maybe I can get it now. This one not so much. Let me try the Yesu. Sorry. My bad. Okay, sorry about that. Nah. A lot of noise right now. Nothing on 800 right now. It's too noisy. I don't know what's going on right now. Yeah. But sometimes also over here they're doing welding. So right now they're still welding. When they run those welding machines, sometimes that thing will create, and because they're done in another hour. If they're doing some serious welding, if they're doing cutting, that's not. When they do the welding, they do like it's called arc welding, which is they use arc welding is you use 220 volt. Is high amperage, like for how many? I forgot. My brother used to do that welding. I know that can interfere too. So I know when they do sometimes welding, It'll obliterate it for a little bit. Yeah. So 800 right now is just noisy. So TV Radio 1972. I'm hearing the game on English in English on 800 AM. It is CJAD Montreal, Quebec. Mentions Montreal. Okay. I picked up that station before. Not, of course, not right now, but I picked it up. I picked it up before. TV Radio 1972 also matched the internet stream. Yeah, I couldn't match that 600 because the internet website doesn't even have a stream. So that could tell how low budget that station must be. 1,000 watts during the day, and I think it was like 43 watts at night. So, hello, Robert Osborne. Hope you're doing well. 900 CHML is out of Hamilton, Ontario. I used to live there years ago. Okay. Yeah, that one is forget about that one. That one is booming. That one was booming around this time. It's still coming in now. On the Yesu.
Now, not only do
On the Yesu is much better. Yeah, on the Yesu with the NFED. So the NFED, it does. The NFED is pretty good. I know that guy asked me a question the other day about which is better, the long wire or the NFED is good, but right now it's on a fixed location. Right now, the NFED is outperforming the MLA 30. It's not even close. The NFED is kicking the MLA 30's butt right now. But I think also the Yesu radio is way better than the Grundig. Way better. It's way just much more. I can definitely do DXing with the Yesu, the FR7, the FRG 7700. Definitely the Yesu is blowing this radio away right now. Just the radio and the antenna. The MLA 30 with this is it's okay, but it's not. Because even shortwave, you heard the voice of Korea, and this one barely nothing. Overall, it's still good to have a long wire antenna if you can. If you have the yard space, I put up a long wire antenna and fed. He's always gonna be better in terms of gain and signal and all that. It's fixed. So if you're getting noise on that particular thing, that's it. But it's still better. But the MLA 30 it serves its purpose. It's good too. Fortunately, I don't have a rotator. I can't rotate it right now. It's out there in the yard. It's pointing east to west. I have the MLA 30 pointing east to west, so I may rotate it. Maybe tomorrow go out there, loosen it and just turn it and leave it that way. I'm noticing east to west is getting a little noisy. So maybe I'm gonna have to rotate it and see. Because I have it over there. When I had the U-loop over here on this side, it was very quiet. So I'm thinking about putting another loop over here, back over here. But I don't want to buy the U-loop. If I do buy the U-loop, I want to buy the official one. I don't want to buy the Chinese clone. Because I want that for VLF and stuff like that. It seems to work. Maybe my second MFJ is in the garage, just stored away. I may put it here. Because the ivy over here in the springtime is spread like wildfire, and it damaged my U-loop. It destroyed it. It stretched it, and it broke on the connectors. It just, a vine or ivy can damage. It damaged the U-loop. It stretched it, And the U loop is one wire here, one wire here, and it has a little connector up here. It stretched and it broke the connectors. That's how much, because I left it as an experiment. Ivy was growing all around it. It was still, I could still listen to it. And then it got to the point where I was trying to it was more about me taking it apart, and it just, I think it was already loosening the thing, and it just fell apart. I was like, oh my God. So, with any antenna, especially the U loop, don't let ivy grow around it. I was just experimenting with it to see if, oh yeah, this could be a good HOA antenna. Just cover it with ivy. But I realized that it damaged the antenna. It damaged it. So same thing with the end fair. At the end, sometimes it wants to grow ivy. I cut it all the time. The ivy was trying to spread through it, like I forgot. I don't know what kind of species. I'm not a botanist, so I don't know. But it's very aggressive in the summertime. And it started growing around. I said, no, I cut it because I don't want that thing to spread all the way down my line. And then it puts the weight on my line and knocks down my line. Because right now the NFET has been up for about a year. But don't let no ivy grow on it. That's my advice. Don't let ivy grow on your antennas, especially on an MLA 30. Don't let ivy grow on it. It's going to ruin it. I know on the U-loop it ruined it. And I missed that U-loop. I wish I had that now. It's pretty good Chinese clone U-loop. But I'm going to buy the next one from AirSpy. I'm going to buy that U-loop. And I'm going to put it back. I'm going to put it in a spot where I know the ivy, and it was my fault. I just let the ivy grow. I didn't cut it. Normally, I'm more proactive. I tend to cut all that stuff down all the time. I don't like ivy growing over my fence too much. But I didn't do that summer. I let it grow, and it just went crazy. And destroyed my U-loop. Yeah. Jim's radio check. I hear nothing on 900 and WLS. Yeah, because WLS is a powerful station. Over here, of course, is 880. That's powerful. But yeah, 890 is closer. So you're gonna have to wait a little bit for that one. Cool.
15 others unaccounted.
Yeah, nothing happened. And another one is 820. Isn't that 50,000? That's not 50,000 watts. 820. I got to look that up. WNYC is not 50,000. I don't think WNYC is 50,000. I have to look that up. Cousin Bruce on 770. Yeah, I know. So Cousin Bruce and then WNYC. Let me see the information on WNYC. Okay, it's 10,000. Okay, WNYC is 10,000 watts. And that night is 1,000. Okay. Yeah, I figured it wasn't me. Okay, so it's 10,000. I'm looking at it right now. Okay, I wasn't sure about that one. Yeah.
4 hours of happy birthday, Brucey. All right? I take it for granted. I know there's love between you and myself, and I thank you so much. So,
yeah, Cousin Brucey.
Let's go. Let's light a candle here on the cake here. A very old friend came by today.
Yeah. I wish I could let it play, but it's copyright nonsense. I would love to let this stuff play and listen to it and everything, and have it in the background. It's just YouTube copyright is crazy. It's just too crazy. I have right now I'm on for 2 hours and 44 minutes because of that one clip. If they hit me with a copyright, it's not a copyright strike. It's just a copyright notice. They could demonetize the whole stream. So anyway, so all these ads that are supposed to get a part of it, they keep all of it. I don't want to say it's a scam, but it seems that way sometimes. So when if I get hit with that later on, what I do is I'm gonna mute that. That's what I do. So on the replay, if you're watching this on the replay and I got hit with a copyright notice, I usually mute that part. I'll just mute it because I'm not gonna give them the satisfaction of you're gonna demonetize me after I've been out for almost 3 hours just because of a few second clip. That's not fair. That is unfair. So what I do is I just mute it. They give you an option where you can mute it or cut it out completely. I'll just mute it. I'll just mute the thing. I'll just mute it. And it's unfortunate, you know, there's part of radio. They don't understand that all this is music is part of radio. You know, why we get penalized for that stuff, to play that stuff. That's why when I do FM band scans, every time I do FM band scan, I get hit with a whole bunch of them. Because you can't go too fast. You have to go to a certain pace, but you're gonna listen to a few seconds of the station, then you go to the next one, and you go to the next one, right? That's what a band scan usually. And you know, sometimes they make it like really impossible for you to do that. You know, I have band scans where I had to mute like 4 different songs. It's ridiculous. But that's what they hit you with, you know. And it's unfortunate. I want to play this stuff. You know, I wanted to have an intro to my channel, intro to my live stream, but I want to pick something that I like listening to. You know, like when you listen to a radio station, they have a theme song for that show, whatever. I have theme songs that I want to play, but they're all, you know, famous songs. You know, I'm not gonna pick some generic YouTube vanilla song. That's not the song that is my theme. My theme is, yeah, I have a theme song in my head for a show that I would do. It's a famous, like Michael. So for example, Michael Savage. If you those of you know who Michael Savage is, you know his opening theme for his songs is always Metallica. It's Metallica. I'm like me. I love Metallica. I would like to play something like that, but there's no way I can do that because I'll get hit with copyright like nobody's business. I can have opening theme like Michael Savage, you know, when he was playing Metallica, because you know that would be a nice opening, you know, some hard rock or heavy metal type stuff. But I can't do that because you know that's copyright. I'm gonna get hit with this stupid copyright notice. You know? So that's why I don't have an opening theme. I don't want to know the way. I don't want to have an opening theme with some generic, or I never heard of this independent artist. You know, it's just cheesy music sometimes. I don't want to have that as my opening theme. I want to have what I like as my opening theme. You know, and now they have this thing that you could sign up for and you license music, but I don't want to go through all that. I think now they even want to take a percentage. It's just so you know, I can't play that. I can't play. You know, now if I do my own radio show one day, podcasting, I'm gonna use a theme like that. I'm gonna most likely use a Metallica because I love Metallica. You know, I want some or Bon Jovi, something from the rock, something from the 80s or something. You know, I don't want to play something from the YouTube library that's generic that a lot of people have in their channels, and I don't want to play that. I go through the library, see if I can find something, and nothing appeals to me. I say, I don't want to play this. You know, I just don't. I know some other channels when they do the FM. For example, there's a couple of channels. I'm gonna mention the name. I don't want to, when they do a radio review, right? They do the AM band radio review. For example, let me just pick any radio. You know, when they're doing a review, right? They scan the AM band. The AM band is fine, but when they do the FM band, he's using an FM transmitter and he plays that YouTube generic music, and he puts it on that station. That's not an FM band scan. I'm sorry, that's not an FM band scan. That's just you transmitting to FM station on your radio and you playing the YouTube generic music. That's not an FM band scan. I mean, yeah, you're demonstrating how FM works, but you're not really demonstrating how FM works. You demonstrate that, yeah, transmitter. See, me, I want to do FM band scan. And YouTube wants to penalize you for every little sound clip. And, you know, yeah, it gets annoying. It's annoying. It not gets annoying. It is annoying. Yeah. So let me see. Let me see 740.
Hey, cousin Brucey, how you doing today? Pretty good. A little tiny bit of a sniffle, but otherwise not bad. Not bad at all.
Are the leaves turning up there where you live in Orange? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, up there, yeah, we live in Orange. But, yeah, the leaves are turning over. There's areas that are just absolutely gorgeous. How about you?
Oh, yeah, sure. I go up there all the time. Past, I go to Ulster, Delaware County.
Well, that's good. They should be full swing by now. That's really great. I love it. So far, it's a good time. Did you see? I wonder if anybody out there saw the eclipse, the partial eclipse that we're supposed to see. What's going on?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. So let me shut this down over here.
Did you have any idea about that? I think it's tomorrow for a while.
Oh yeah, sure. That happened, but it was a cloudy day.
Yeah,
my PC.
I had glasses ready. I went out to Amazon and bought glasses for all my friends, and I didn't see anything.
I have a welding mask.
There's another one. There's a
for that I have a welding mask.
Coming out in April, sometime in mid-April, or thereabouts. We'll talk about that, and just make sure you prepare yourself
for the eclipse. The welding mask that I have, I could view an eclipse with it. But I try not to do it for too long anyway. I just, first I do it from I have two welding masks. I have an old one. My brother actually gave me it, and then he bought me a brand new one. That one is you put the battery in it. That one does different. I can use a welding mask for that. For watching I did it the last time we had the eclipse. I did it. I was looking at it with the welding mask, and then.
Very horrific on humanity. That's what bothers me.
But yeah, you got to be careful with that when you're looking at the eclipse.
So emotional. So don't be insulted or anything, but understand this show is strictly right to get us away from the nightmares that we go through on this earth every single week. Are you with me?
Of course,
okay.
Cousin Brucey.
Okay, Rich. Here's your song. Thank you, my friend.
I can't play all of that because Jesus, this but yeah, it is frustrating. Can't play these songs. But yeah, you see WABC, for example, AM station. On Saturdays, right now, all the way to midnight is music. So that's a good example of I know some people say, "Oh, the whole AM broadcast is conservative radio." No, it's not. It's not. There's a lot of good stuff on it. Yeah, it's a lot of good stuff on it. Yeah. So that's not true. I listen to plenty of other stuff on AM every day. I listen to talk radio. Tonight I'll be listening to that. I'm gonna sign up and I'm gonna sign off in a couple of minutes. I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna listen to that. I'm gonna eat my dinner. I'm gonna relax for the rest of the night. So yeah. Anyway, 2 hours and 54 minutes. I'm gonna end the stream here because my son is downstairs. I want to make something for him to eat, and I'm gonna relax for the rest of the evening. It's a wet day out there. It's been raining all day. It's just one of those days, especially on a Saturday. Come on. But anyway, it is what it is. What are you gonna do? I can't watch the news now because there's too much other nonsense. But I'm gonna listen to this tonight. I'm gonna relax. And I'll be back soon. It's not gonna be next Saturday. I'll probably be back during the middle of the week or something. I want to do a live stream on my retro gaming channel. I didn't do one this week at all because I've been busy with this. And now Of course, I got upcoming videos. I got is gonna be trying to fix this guy. Let me lower it a little bit. Upcoming video is gonna be fixing that radio. Now that I got the where is it? Where did I put it at? I put it back in here. James, you didn't see it, right? This is the I forgot James. James is right here now. So I received the ceramic filter. So I have to do a video on that soon. I just got to get my soldering skills, sharpen my soldering skills. I don't have much. I'm not much of a soldering person anymore. I wasn't never really good soldering to desolder and all that. And I'm gonna make a video on that, and then the other video is gonna be for the power supply thingy with the. And then I have radio. I have two radio. I have one radio to review right now. It's a radio. I haven't even unboxed it yet. I need to do unboxing on that. So those are all the videos that are coming up soon. And I have another device that I just received it. I gotta unbox that and do a review on that. I'm backed up right now. I'm backed up with about 5 videos that I need to do. They're on my queue right now. So I have a whole list of things I need to sit down and start filming. And of course, I'll be on the live streams. I'm going to do it on the live stream for the gaming channel. I'm busy now. Now we're in the fall. I'm going to be busy. So I may pop in anytime. And I know Richard Califano wants me to do an SDR Uno video with the record feature. I need to do a video on that. So that's another video that I need to do. I have a lot of videos to do. There's a lot of videos to do. So stay tuned. And like I said, I keep saying that 89% of people watching this channel don't subscribe to my channel. I'm like, why not subscribe to my channel? Give me a chance. 89% of views or viewers are not subscribed to my channel. So like I said, just give me a chance, you know. It's not going to cost you anything. So, you know, hit the subscribe to me. Also, click on the bell icon so when I'm on live. Because I could be, and not only Saturday, I'll be on, they know I pop in all the time. And share the video too. Share the video, you know, post it on your social media stuff. Post it on, you know, any social media you're on. Doesn't matter. Share this stream. I give you permission. Share it, please. The more the merrier. I'm holding to so there you go. So anyway, and also let me put one more link up on my links.com/ let me put that up there. It's on my about page. You can follow me on other social media. Right here. I'm going to test something out too, which I never used. I never used the pin feature. Can I use the pin feature? If I click the heart icon is right on it right now, and it's annoying the hell out. I wish I could get rid of this heart icon thing. Really annoying. I'm trying to pin a. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna scroll a couple of things. I'm just gonna scroll the same thing a couple of times. One more time. Move it up. There you go. Let me see now if I can do this. Pin message. Okay, that's what I want. So if I pin the message, now it's pinned. That's what I wanted to do. So there you go. That's the links right there from my all my social media. Should have done that earlier, but I forgot. And I have all that stuff. I have a Rumble account, which I'm trying to get more people to Rumble. I need 20 people to start getting my own name on Rumble. Right now they give us this generic URL. It sucks. I need to get 20 people on that Rumble. Of course, I got Twitter. You're on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. I have all of that. And that's the page. This is the page for all of that. I just want to remind people check out this page, and I have all of this. My channels, they're all here. My nose is itching now. Oh my god. Excuse me. Reddit group. I have Reddit group. I'm Reddit account. I have a Reddit group for Shortwave. And now I have let me see how many. 129 members there. It's growing. Okay. Everything I post here goes there. I mean, most of it goes there. Plus, I post other stuff here. Facebook like page. I have a Facebook group. I know T Ready 1922, you're no longer on TikTok. I wish you would have kept your TikTok account anyway. Just even if you don't upload it actively, it'd be nice to just keep it. And of course, I have my Getter. Those are alternative social media. All right, you got Rumble right there and other stuff. So I have a lot of stuff here. All right. So I'm going to sign off now. 3 hours on the dot. 3 hours and 1 minute. That's 3 hours tonight. I don't know how many hours I did this week. I forgot how many. Last 2 weeks, I did a lot. So anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you soon. Enjoy your weekend. I know it sucks over here with the weather, but take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.